Have you ever wondered what stops the most powerful person in a country from just changing the rules whenever they want to make sure their side always wins? Well, today, we're diving into the one big idea that prevents that from happening: the rule of law. I mean, seriously, imagine a game where the ref can just make up rules on the spot to help their favorite team. That's not a real game, is it? It's just chaos. And when you think about society that way, you see exactly why we need the rule of law. It's basically the ultimate referee, making sure the game of life is played fairly for absolutely everyone.
So, at its very heart, every society has to make a choice. Who's really in charge? Is it just whoever is the strongest? Or is it the rules themselves? Let's break that down.
So you've got two basic options, right? On one side, there's the power of the strong. You can think of it like a dictator or a bully who does whatever they want, whenever they want. Their decisions are completely arbitrary. But on the other side, you have the rule of law. And in this world, the rules are the boss. They put limits on everyone's power, yup, even the leaders, and they make sure everyone is treated equally. So the most important thing to get is this. The rule of law means nobody, and I mean nobody, gets a free pass. It's the core idea that our society is built on clear, public, and stable laws, not just on the moods of a few powerful people. And this is why it matters so much. Without the rule of law to back them up, all those fundamental human rights we care about are really just nice ideas on a piece of paper. The law is what gives them teeth. It's what turns them into actual, enforceable guarantees for every single one of us. This idea is so fundamental, it's actually one of the cornerstones of the European Union. You see, the EU isn't just about trade or economics. It's a community that's built on a foundation of shared values. These values are all laid out in the EU's Article 2. And as you can see, they include huge concepts like human dignity, freedom, and equality. But notice what's right there, holding it all together: the rule of law. In fact, a country can't even join this club without committing to uphold these core principles. But, big ideas are just ideas. The EU Charter of Fundamental Rights is what makes them real and protective for you and me. I like to think of it as a blueprint for a building designed to keep us all safe. So let's take a look at the architecture. It all starts with a solid foundation, which you can see right at the bottom: our fundamental dignity. The walls that hold the whole thing up are our freedoms and equality. We're talking free speech and data protection. The roof that shelters us is solidarity and justice, which guarantees things like fair working conditions and a fair trial. And the door, which lets us all participate, is citizenship, giving us the right to vote and move freely. It's a complete structure, and it's all designed to protect us. But look, having a great blueprint isn't quite enough. We need to make sure the system actually works fairly in the real world. So how do we do that? Equality before the law doesn't mean everybody is treated identically. It means everyone gets a fair start because we remove the unjust barriers. This means an absolute ban on discrimination based on gender, race, religion, or anything else. And it also means providing special protection for more vulnerable groups in our society. And the ultimate referee in this whole system is the court. For justice to be real, it has to be blind to power and wealth. And this all relies on three main pillars: impartiality, so judges decide based only on facts and law; protection, so they can't be punished for making unpopular decisions; and accessibility, so every single citizen has a real way to get legal protection. And this table right here shows something that is just so crucial. Take a look at that first column. A law can be legal only. Think of repressive regimes where terrible things were done legally. Then you have things that are fair only, moral ideas that aren't actually backed by law. The sweet spot, the goal, is this third column, the rule of law. This is where laws are not only on the books, but they're also fair, moral, and grounded in our fundamental human rights. So what happens when this system starts to fall apart? It's really important to recognize the warning signs. You gotta watch out for these red flags. First, corruption. That's when rules only apply if you can't pay to get around them. Second, special privileges for the well-connected. And third, the abuse of power, when institutions are used like weapons to silence anyone who disagrees. There's a powerful saying that captures this perfectly. The law is a gate in the field. It means that for most of us, the law is a solid wall. But for those with influence and connections, it's just an open gate they can walk right through. And that is the exact opposite of the rule of law. Okay, this all might sound a little big and intimidating, but you have more power than you think. You have a voice, and you have a real role to play in upholding justice. Now, not every disappointment is an injustice. So here's a super simple checklist to help you figure it out. Just ask yourself, Was my freedom violated without a legal reason? Was I discriminated against? Or was I denied a fundamental right like education or healthcare? If you answered yes to any of those questions, it's a really strong sign that your rights may have been violated, and you should not ignore it. And you're not alone in this. There are institutions designed to be your shield. At the national level, you might have an ombudsman, that's an official who investigates complaints against the government, or a commission for protection against discrimination. And at the European level, the EU Agency for Fundamental Rights works to protect you. They exist to help. Just remember, the system isn't some machine that runs on its own. It needs active citizens. When you speak up, when you get involved, you are keeping the system healthy. Silence never helps the person whose rights were violated. It only ever protects the violator. So, in the end, the rule of law isn't some dry, abstract concept just for lawyers. It's the answer to that very first question we asked. It's the set of fair rules that stops anyone, no matter how powerful, from rigging the game. It is the very thing that protects our freedom, our dignity, and our future.